Hi everybody, this is Ellen from ellenvargodesigns.com. Today I'm going to continue on with our Feel the Love Valentine series, and today we're going to make this awesome box, which I can't take any credit for other than I made this one. The design goes totally to Sam Donald, who is a demonstrator over in the UK. She has just a ton of different box ideas on her YouTube channel, and I've been completely inspired by her. So we are going to give this one a go. I made this one as a kind of as a sample, and we're going to make another one using a different paper from the same Painted with Love designer series, and I think you're going to like it. It's not as hard as it looks, but this closure is just amazing to me. There is a very heavy candle in here in a glass jar, just like this one, just in a different color and scent. It's quite heavy, so I can turn this upside down and shake it, and it does not fall out. It stays put. So let's get started. I'll show you how to make it. So we're going to start with a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock that is 8 inches by 10.5 inches, and we're going to do a lot of scoring. Don't worry about writing anything down. I will have all the measurements over on my website, and there'll be a link right below the video for you. So we're going to score on the long side at 1 1/4 inches, 2 1/2 inches, 3 3 3/4, 5, 6 1/4, 7 1/2, 8 3/4, and 10. And then we are going to turn it and score on the short side at 1 3/4 and 6. If we turn it back to the long side, we need to make a whole lot of tick marks at the top. And again, there's going to be 8 of them, and don't worry about writing them all down. So it's going to be at 5/8, 1 7/8, 3 1/8, 4 3/8, 5 5/8, 6 7/8, 8 1/8, and 9 3/8. So it's essentially in the middle of each of the original score lines that we did. So that's all our scoring with the scoreboard. Now we need to do some additional scoring so that we get that nice twist closure. And we are going to score from the tick mark down to the first corner on the right. Let me zoom in a little. So we're going to be scoring, oh, the sun is shining brightly, from this tick mark down to that corner on all 8 panels. So this box takes a little bit of extra work, but it is very worth it. We'll just make our way across. Okay, so now we get to do a whole lot of folding and burnishing. Let me zoom back out a little. There we go. So fold and burnish all of the full score lines. This is definitely a box that you would want to use cardstock with as opposed to designer series paper, just for strength. especially if you're going to put something heavy in it like this glass candle. The Designer Series paper is very good quality, but for something this heavy, I think it would be better to use cardstock. Here's our last one. All right. So now we have to deal with all of these diagonal score lines. So we're going to, I'm not going to use a bone folder, it's not really needed, but we're going to push in on the score line that we made and fold like that and just pinch. Sorry for the bright sun. I'm not complaining, but I have skylights in my craft room and it is a time of day that the sun is just streaming in. Alright, so that takes care of all our folding. So now we need to do some trimming away. So get out your scissors and this little tab in the corner. I can get you right here. We're going to cut that away. And then we're going to cut up each of these score lines just to the first horizontal. Don't need to worry about doing any creating any tabs with these. We're just going to do the straight cuts. That's all that's needed. So this is going to form the bottom of our box. Okay, so that's all of our cutting. So now we need to decorate because it'll be much easier to put the Designer Series paper on now than it will once the box is made. So we're using some paper from the Painted with Love series. And I'm just going to, each of these panels is cut to 1 inch wide by 4 inches. And I did cut them out ahead of time and kind of laid them out in order, so hopefully they'll end up the way I want them to. I hope you all have been enjoying my Feel the Love Valentine series. It's been ran all of last week and it will run all of this week, so it'll be 10 projects all focused on Valentine's Day. I have become very familiar with the Painted with Love Designer Series paper. I think I've used it on almost every project, but it's just beautiful. I love the gold foiling. And there's a lot of different patterns to choose from, some with gold foiling, some without. So there's our panels all put on, nice and shiny. Now we have to close up the box, so we're going to run some fast fuse down this edge. Oops. And try and get as close to the score line as you can. for a tight fit. And just close that up. So now we need to close up the bottom of the box. And this is where you have to work a little quickly. We're going to use liquid glue. We're going to use the Tombow multi-purpose glue. And we're basically going to fold in opposite sides to meet up with glue in the middle. So the liquid glue is strong and it'll give us a little bit of wiggle room to line things up properly, but it is a little bit tricky. So I'll do my best to give you a good view of what I'm doing, but might be a little tough. So I have to let each side set up. It's not cooperating. Let's do the next one. You can see what I mean. This is a little bit tricky. Did I do this right? Sorry. My fingers are getting stuck. That was better. And for the last one, oh, it's not playing nicely. Here we go. Gotta find it and not move. Just kind of have to hold it until it sets. And then if you can turn it over and get something down in there to push it all into place, make sure that glue is set. Alright, that should be good. So now we've got our candle, which, you know, I think nicely matches our paper. It's even got some gold foiling on it. I got this at Target, so you should be able to find them. It's a Sugarcane Guava by Signature Soy. So it is a snug fit, but it does fit. It's kind of nudge the lid in until it slides in. There we go. And then to close it, you just sort of start pinching in and it will just, it will just go. And there's our closure. Yay, it worked. For some reason this reminds me of like a circus tent with all the facets and everything. I think it's just gorgeous. I don't know how Sam came up with this, but brilliant. So I have done some stamping ahead of time. I stamped this stamp from the, let's see, from the Sure Do Love You stamp set, which is this one. This is a set that comes with, it doesn't come with, but it has matching dies, and you can buy it as a bundle. If you buy them together, it's 10% off what it would be if you bought them separately. So I stamped the You're My Valentine Every Single Day stamp in Melon Mambo ink, and I put some dimensionals on the back. And we are going to see if we can find the back of the box. So there's the back, so let's put it on the front. And There's that. You tie a ribbon. Test my bow tying skills. I think I have mentioned I am far from a bow tying expert, but we will make it work. Practice makes perfect, right? So this is the Berry Burst Metallic Edge ribbon from, I believe it's in the spring catalog. I've been using it a lot. May not have left myself enough room. Oh, let's tie a knot on this one. If I can even do that. Oh, very nice. Nice square dot. Trim off the edges. Oops. And there we go. Isn't that amazing? I just think that design is over the top. So I hope you give it a try. As you can see, it really wasn't as hard as you might have thought in the beginning, and I hope you give it a go. If you do, let me know, send me a picture, and if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or leave me a comment on YouTube. I will check it regularly and I'd be happy to get back to you. Thanks a lot. Bye.